Welcome back. We are learning Python and this is the sixth video of the playlist titled Python Beginner Boost, and in this video we will learn about list data structure. And you might be thinking, Shubham, you told us that we will be learning about loops in Python in this video, but then while recording the video I thought that I haven't introduced you to list, set, map and dictionaries in Python. So first of all, I will introduce you to all of the data structure, and after that I will help you learn about loops in Python. So let's start with learning about data structure, and in this video we will also learn about list. So data structure are fundamental components of any programming language. They allow you to store and organize collection of data efficiently. In this video, we will explore one of the most versatile data structure, which is Python list. Lists are used to store multiple items in a single variable. So what are lists? Lists are used to store multiple items in a single variable. So how to create a list? So first of all, you have to create a variable. So let's create a variable named fruits. And for creating list, you have to use a square bracket. So equal to square bracket, and here you have to give the values which you want to store in this list. So this is a list named fruits because the name of the variable is fruits. So we will store name of some of the fruits in this list. So let me store some fruits. First of all, I will store apple, then banana, and then I will store cherry. So this is how you create a list. So for creating a list, you enclose the items within square bracket. As you can see on screen, these are the item of the list. Apple, banana and cherry are the item of the list, and we have enclosed them inside the square bracket separated by comma. So this is how you create a list in Python. Let's try to print the list. So let's print fruits. Let me execute this code. So Python 3, and the name of the file is list.py, and press enter, and as you can see we are seeing apple, banana and cherry on our terminal. Now how we can access individual element of the list? So you can access the individual elements or item in a list by their index. So in Python, index start from 0. So this is the 0th element, this is the index. So apple is at index number 0, banana is at index number 1, and cherry is at index number 2. So let's try to print or print the banana element. So let's try to access this banana. It is at index number 1. So we will use fruits. After that we will use the square bracket, and in that we will give the index. So index of banana is 1. So I will type 1 here, save the code, and then I will execute it. So if I execute, then you can see banana is printed. What if I want to print apple? I have to replace the index with 0, and I will execute the code, and as you can see apple is printed. So this is how you access individual item of the list. It can be done using the indexing, and indexing in Python starts at 0. So if I want to access the last element, which is element number 3, but in Python indexing start at 0, so this will be having the index 2. So I will replace it with index 2 and save the code and execute it, and as you can see cherry is printed on screen. So this is how you access list item. Now the next part is how to modify the element of list. Suppose in the list the second item is banana, but I want to change it to orange. So how can I do that? So first of all, I will print the list here. What are the elements I want to see on the screen? So as you can see, apple, banana and cherry is printed, and now after this line I want to replace banana with orange. So how can I do that? We already know that we can access the element using indexing. So I will use fruits, and I want to change the element at index number 1, which is banana, to orange. So this is how I change it, and if now I print the whole list, then it will print apple, orange and cherry. So in line number 6 it will print apple, banana and cherry, and then on line number 7 we have changed the item at the index position 1. with orange. So banana is being changed to orange. So in line number 8, it will print apple, orange and cherry. Let's try to print it. As you can see, first apple, banana and cherry is printed. Then we have changed the value of index number 1 to orange. So apple, orange and cherry is printed. So this is how we modify list in Python. Now let's try to do some more operation on the list. Suppose I want to add one more item into the list. Currently we replace the value. Now I want to add one more item in the list. Suppose I want to add watermelon. So this can be done using fruits. After that we have to use dot and use, as you can see, lot of methods are being printed on the screen, and we want to add or append the item in the list. So I will use the append method, and after that we will use the brackets, and then we will pass the value which we want to add into this list. So I want to add watermelon, and now if I print the list, it will have 4 items. Currently it is having 3 items. It will have 4 items. The 4 items will be apple, banana and cherry. If you are thinking that the 4 item will be apple, banana, cherry and watermelon, then you are wrong, because we have already replaced the banana with orange. So the item will become apple, orange, cherry and watermelon. Let's execute this code and let's see what will be the output on the screen. As you can see, first apple, banana and cherry is printed because we haven't done any modification here. On line number 7 we have changed the value of index number 1 to orange, so it become apple, orange and cherry, and after that we have appended or added one item to the list, and the item is watermelon. That's why apple, orange, cherry and watermelon are printed on the screen. Now if someone asks you how to find the length of the list, then you can do it using the length function. Let me show it you. So print, then I want to len is length, and under that you have to pass the name of the list. So I want to find out the length of the list named fruits. Here the length is the function, and here we have to pass the name of the list. So currently the name of the list is fruits. So let's execute it, and you already know that the length of list is 3. If you are thinking that the length of the list is 3, then you are wrong, because on line number 9 we have added one more element to the list, which is watermelon. So the length of the list will be 4. Let's execute this code. As you can see on screen, 4 is printed. Now let's learn about how can we combine two lists. Suppose we are having one list fruit on the top, and now I am having one more list called vegetable, and it is having some vegetables like uh, potato and one more tomato. And now if I want to add two lists, first of all let me print this list, which we can do using print function, and then we can pass that some steps where vegetable. I hope I am not giving any wrong value. Okay, I am typing it a. Okay, now if I print this, then potato and tomato will be also printed. Let's print it. As you can see, potato and tomato are printed, but now I want to combine this list and create a new list. So I will write combined list, and I want to add, why I am typing P instead of B, combined list, and I want to add both the list, which is fruits and vegetables. So fruits, then we can add them using add operator, and vegetable. And now if I print combined list, then it will be printed. So now it will print apple, as we have already replaced banana with orange. So apple, orange, cherry, watermelon, and after that it will add potato and tomato on the list, on the combined list. Let's print it. And as you can see, apple, orange, cherry, watermelon, potato and tomato are printed on the screen. Now let's try to remove some elements from this list. So we are having a list called combined list, and I want to remove a potato from it. So how can I do that? So I have to use combined list, then dot, and as you can see, lots of method of Python are seen on screen, and we can use the remove method, and here we have to pass the value which we want to remove. So I wanted to remove potato, and after that let's again print this combined list. Save the code and let's execute it. As you can see, we are getting some error because it is trying to match it exactly. Here you can see the P is having capital and here the P is small, so we have to use capital P. It is searching for exact match. Let's try to execute it now, and as you can see on the, so let me explain you whole output. Let me make it big. As you can see, first of all we have created a list apple, banana and cherry and printed it. Then we like replace the banana with orange, so this was printing on the screen. After that we have learned about how to add one more element to the list, which we have done using append method. So watermelon is also added. Then we have learned about how to calculate the length of the list. For that we have used the length method and passed the uh, name of the list, so it 4 is printed. Then we have created one more list called vegetable, and we have added two elements, potato and tomato, so that's why it is printed. After that we have created one more new list where we added the fruits and vegetables, so apple, orange, cherry, watermelon, potato and tomato are printed. After that we have tried to like remove this potato, that's why we are not seeing potato in this list, and also the length of list is decreased by 1. So here you can see we are having 6 element, and on the next line we are having 5 elements, so the length of the list will be 5. Let me show it to you. So if here I print, on next line I print length, and we have to pass the name of the list, combined list, and execute the code, and you will see 5 will be printed as you can see on screen. So we have learned about how to create a list, how to access the individual element of list, or after that we have learned about how to modify the list, and we have learned about how to add a new element to the list, and also how to calculate the length of the list. After we have learned about combining the two lists, and then we learn about removing an existing element from the list. Now let's learn about list slicing. So um, slicing allows us to extract a portion of a list, creating a new list containing selected element. So this is incredibly useful when working with large dataset or when you need to manipulate specific part of lists. So let's dive into the world of list slicing. So list slicing is the process of creating a new list by extracting element from an existing list. So we will have one existing list. As you can see, we are having a list called combined list, and we will extract some part of the list and store into a new list. So let's first of all understand the syntax of it. So let me add one comment, syntax, and the syntax of the list is you have to create a new variable. So it will be new list equals to the list from which you want to extract the elements. So here suppose we are having a list, combined list, and we want to extract the elements. So for that we are having a square bracket, and here we will be passing three values. Not the three values are not required, but it is the general syntax: start, end, and step. So whatever the value index position we give onto the start, it will be the starting part of the list slicing. And what is the end? So whatever value we pass in place of end, it will stop the slicing at that position, and how many step we want to take. So let me explain it using one code. So let's create a new list called numbers, and we will store some numbers in it: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So I have created a new list. So if we want to uh, extract the element from index 2, so in this list, the element at index 2 is 3, as you can see, and up till index number 5. So how can we do that? So we want to uh, extract the element from 3 to this 5. How can we do that? So for that we will create a new list, which is new underscore list, and here we have to provide the name of the original list, numbers, and where we want to start. So we want to start at index number 2 because the value 3 is at index number 2, so we want to start at index number 2. Where we want to stop? We want to stop at 5, so we will give one more extra index. So here the index of 5 is 2 3 4, and we want to give one more extra index, so I will give index number 5. And after that, let's try to print this list. Print new list, and also let's print the original list also. So here we will print the original list. Print a numbers. Let's execute the code. As you can see, initially the complete list is printed 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. After that, what we have done, we have used the concept of list slicing. We have used the original list, and we have provided some start and stop index here. So the start index is 2. We have to start the list slicing at index number 2, and the value at index number 2 is 3. That's why 3 is stored in this list. Then we have to stop at index number 5. So here let's see what is at the index number 5. So this is the 0th index, first, second, third, fourth, fifth. So we will stop just before this. So we have stopped at index number 5, and 3 4 and 5 are printed on the screen. So this is how list slicing work. Now suppose if we want to uh, jump, like I want to print uh, alternate element of the list. So suppose I want to start at index number 0, and I want to print the alternate number. So printing the alternate number is very easy. We will do some modification here. So we want to start at index number 0, and we will not provide any value here, and we want to like alternate number. So currently by default it uses the step value of 1, but we want to jump one more value, so we will add 1 to it, so it will be 2. And now let's execute this code. As you can see, alternate values are printed. So we are starting at 0, and we haven't provided any stop value, so it will go through all the elements of the list, and we want to take a jump of 2 elements. So it did from 1 it go to 3, then it go to 5, then it go to 7, then it go to 9. What if I change it to 3? So then it will print 1 4 7 and 10. Let me show it to you on the screen. As you can see, now 1 4 7 and 10 are printed. So this is how we take a jump using list slicing. So now let's learn about negative indexing in list slicing. So Python allows negative indexing in list slicing. Negative indices count element from the end of the list. The last element has an index of -1. The second last item has an index of -2, and so on. So the last element, which is 10, has an index of -1. This has -2, -3, -4, -5, -6, -7, -8, -9, and -10. So let's try to slice the list from the end. Let's do that. So I will do some changes here. Let's try by writing some numbers. So -3 to -2. So what will this code do? Guess about it. Then I will explain it to you. So let's execute the code and then try to understand it. As you can see, 8 is printed. Okay, let me just increase the values here so we will get a fair picture, because the size of the list is 1. Now let's execute it. As you can see, 7 8 and 9 are printed. So what is happening here? It is trying to print from the slice from the index number -4. So in Python, negative indexing is starting from -1. So this is -1, -2, -3, and -4. So this is the first element which is printed. As you can see, 7 is printed, and here we have given the stop value as -1. So we want to stop at the last, just before the last. So 7 8 and 9 are printed. Now let's try to take a jump here. I will also increase the start value to -7, and we will try to do jump of at least 2 elements. Let's try to execute this code. And as you can see, 4, 6 and 8 are printed. Let's try to understand it now. So we want to take a jump of 2 elements, and also we want to start at -7. So this is -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, -6, -7. We want to start at 4, -7. So value at index number -7 is 4. As you can see, 4 is printed, and here we have given the step sizes 2. So it will like take a jump of 2. So it will not go to 5, it will directly go to 6, then it will go to 8, and then it will not go to 10, because here we have given the value, the stop value is -1, so it will stop just before this. That's why 9 is also not printed, because we have given the step sizes 2. If we might have given the step sizes 1, then 9 will also print. Let me show it to you, and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 will print on the screen. Let's execute this code. As you can see, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 on the screen. So this is it in the video titled uh, list in Python. So let me recap it to you what we have learned. So first of all, we have learned about how to create a list. So for creating a list, you have to use the square bracket and then enclose the element using comma into that square bracket, and then we can print whole elements of the list using the name of the list, and we can access the individual element using indexing. So let me just write the code of that also here, fruits. And if you want to print the first element, we can do it using indexing. So this will print at the value at index 1. So currently the value at index 1 is banana, so banana will be printed. After that, we try to change the value at a specific index, so we change the banana to orange. So on line number 9, apple, orange and cherry are printed. After that, we learn about how to add elements to the list. So we learn about append method, and whatever element we want to add to the list, we have given it here, so it is appended. Then we learn about length. After that, we learn about combining two lists. So we have created one more list, vegetable, and then we combine the list fruits and vegetable. After that, we try to learn about removing the element from the list using the remove method. After that, we have learned about list slicing, and I have explained you various examples of list slicing. So if you are able to understand about list, then please subscribe to my channel and share with your friends, and also share the videos link on your social channel, so your friends will also get benefited, and also show post about your progress on the Twitter, LinkedIn, and tag me, so I can like retweet and share it with my community also. Thank you very much.